Hello, YouTube. Joe back down in the workshop after surviving yet another round with a tornado or tornado-like winds, whatever. Wow, what a night. It was a little bit scary last night, probably the scariest one. I think this is like the third or fourth time we've had apparent tornadoes. All the other times have been proven that they were tornadoes or were confirmed. This one hasn't yet. But I do know that there was a line that stretched from a couple of counties over to a couple of counties the other way, from southwest to northeast, that had tornado damage. So this was the same line, same cell, if you will, that came through. Talking like a weatherman again. Nah. But whether it was straight line winds or a tornado, I'll tell you, the emergency tones went off on my phone. Have you guys got that? I think that's something that's new. I know this is on my iPhone 5 that I use to shoot with here. But it has government alerts on there now. And one of those being, anytime like an EBS notification goes off, like a warning, not a watch, not when conditions are favorable, but when there's an actual detection either by radar or by eyewitness that there is a tornado, then tornado warnings will actually go off on the phone, and that's something that's put into the phone's software. It's not something, not an app that you download or anything like that. It's actually there, and you know what? I kind of like that. Maybe some of you have that. I don't know if it's an iPhone exclusive. Maybe it's on Android devices and Blackberries and stuff, and Windows phones and stuff like that too. I don't know. I haven't really checked it out that much, but I like it. It also has a thing for Amber Alerts as well, and presidential alerts, which you don't want to get because that means we're being attacked or something like that. But I like them, and you can go in under your settings and you can toggle them off if you don't want them at all. But I kind of liked it because it woke us up last night when we had a warning for our area, specific area. It goes by your zip code, and I jumped out of bed and immediately went where I could see out the front window, and I heard the very thing that that people hear, that freight train sound. Man, it was just as clear as can be. And then I began to see stuff flying across the window. When I say stuff, I mean parts of houses. And I yelled at Pam, and I said, "Grab Harley," grab the puppy, and we went down here into the basement, which down on the very lower level down there under, the concrete and everything, so that it's our safe place that we go. And I mean, we could hear it still blowing out there. And then after it went past, we went out, and I think on Instagram I showed pictures, and actually what it was the house immediately next door. One practically whole side of his house, at least over half of all his siding, his vinyl siding, was blown off. A huge tree, probably equal to about 4 to 5 stories tall oak tree, fell in between his house and the neighbor on the other side of his house. Not on my side, but on the other side. Fell directly in between, missing both houses. Boy, you're talking about lucky there. That was a blessing, not to have that tree fall on them, fall on the house. But so he's going to have firewood for months. Might have to grab some of that oak and use it here in the workshop for something. I don't know. But we had, it was a wild night, and of course you can't go back to sleep, and you're looking out there at all the damage. And I went out with my umbrella after the heavy rain subsided. It was still raining, and grabbed my boots and went outside and took my big big Heavy Max flashlight and was out there shining around because we lost electricity last night too. And as of the time I am videotaping this, our internet connection, our Comcast internet, is down. You know, they always say how Comcast is better than DirecTV or whatever. DirecTV is working like a charm. Still working like a charm. Comcast, where art thou? So if I'd had Comcast for TV and everything, I would have lost everything. But they say they're going to have it up and going here soon. I know. I mean, it's tough when you got lines down and trees that fell over lines and everything. But it's amazing that this little satellite dish up on top of the house, you know, never wavers, and it's just as solid as it can be, and still has the signal. I'm sure during the height of the rain, the heavy rain, for about 2 minutes, it probably did a rain fade. Don't know. I wasn't watching TV at the time. But we checked it out. As soon as electricity came back on, boom, it was there. The DirecTV is. So, enough about the storm. Thank the good Lord above, we are okay here. I did have one little strip of siding come off the very top of my house, right under the eave. And I got to get a guy out here with an extremely tall roof just to put it back on. Fortunately, it just fell off and fell on the ground. It's kind of interesting. Just one strip. Our houses in this neighborhood are like full brick front and then half brick around the sides, and then the rest of it's vinyl siding. You know the type I'm talking about, I'm sure. So just that one little strip, and I'm going to have a guy to come out, and a friend of mine who has access to big ladders and not afraid of heights. We'll get up there and snap it back on. So thankfully, check the roof out. No roof damage or anything. But yeah, that's thanks for the well wishes for a bunch of you from Instagram who got in contact with me about that. Just finished the pipes yesterday. You remember I was talking about I had a block in my hand and said this is going to be a Ross and Stubby poker. One of them is going to be a Mad Hatter. And yes, the Mad Hatter, of course, completed. There it is. Again, just a beauty of a pipe. People love that mid-band rustication and the smooth and the rusticated top. And of course, a little bit smaller shoulder there on the stem with the bent. This is the black marble stem on it. That was the Mad Hatter that came out of one. And the other one that I'm really tickled with, I'm really, really proud of, actually. It's the little Ross and Stubby poker. It takes on another evolution, if you will. And not only the newer stem style that I'm doing, but the gentleman that I made this for, I had, this is half the piece that's left. I sent him a picture of this, and I said, would you like the stem made out of this? This is something new I got. I call it coffee and cream. You know, it looks like coffee going down into a bed of cream. Like many people who drink cream in their coffee, they like a little bit of coffee with their cream. I'm a black coffee drinker myself, but I used to be cream and sugar and everything in the coffee. I've told you about that challenge before in a video where a guy challenged me, if you drink your coffee black for 2 straight weeks, you'll never go back to putting cream in it. And sure enough, I did, and I don't. So, but anyway, I said, hey, would you like it made out of that? And he said, oh, absolutely, I'll take it. David Faraday is his name. David, this is going to be coming to you. This is the one, you probably have seen it on Instagram, but there it is, the Ross and Stubby poker, and check out that stem, how it turned out on there. It's just gorgeous. I try to keep the glare off of it. Just beautiful, little slight bend to it, the smaller style shoulder, and how it broadens out, narrows into a broader there, good button on it, and a little bit of briar there, natural briar, if you will. Smooth bottom on that with my stamp on there, and just a really nice. Usually this comes with the green and black stem. That's the norm for that, but this one he chose to go with that. So really glad that's going to be shipped out this week. Now, a word to folks who have ordered. I show these pipes and newer styles knowing that it's going to probably make some of you want to write me or whatever and say, hey, would you mind making mine like that? And here's the issue. I can try to do that, but here's the thing. For the most part, this was an exception on this one, but for the most part, when I get orders for pipes, I survey the orders I get, and the what stem colors, and so I go ahead and I purchase the materials for those pipes. So it's not as easy to say, oh sure, I'll change it. If you ordered it and you're waiting 12 weeks to get it, you think somewhere around the 6th, 7th, 8th week you see one of these new pipes come out and go, oh wow, I want that. I'll change it on mine. You send me an email or a personal message from the Etsy site, from the JoeCasePipes.com. And number one, I've got to find your order, and I've got to remember to put that communication with it if I do say yeah. But let me just say this: I would appreciate it if you would just stick with your order and stick with what you have already ordered, and because I've really already ordered the specific briar and stem material and band material if you're going to have a metal band for those pipes. And if I go changing off, then my inventory of materials gets off. It's a long story. It's just I put it this way: I try my best to do good customer service out there, and I will do my best to make the change for you if I can. But just say this: if you see these great pipes coming out like this, I say great. I appreciate it. Others have said that, but and you see this new stem on there, then why don't you think about that for your next order? Keep that in mind for that, because they're always going to be new and improved and things like that. It's like the iPhone. You buy the iPhone, and next thing you know, if you buy the iPhone 5, next thing you know, the iPhone 6 is going to come out, or the 5S or whatever. And I've still got the 5, and I can't very well go back and go, hey, Apple, would you mind go ahead and changing mine to a 6, even though I've already got it, I've already ordered it. Or it's funny. I ramble on about that. Well, that's it for right now. Oh, by the way, I'm smoking here. I love to smoke other brands of pipes from time to time. Yes, I love my own pipes too, but hey, I don't only have my own pipes. Like, I'm sure those of you who have bought a Joe Case pipe, is probably not the only kind of pipe you have, right? I'm the same way. This is my Stanwell. This is the Pipe of the Year, Stanwell Pipe of the Year for 2003. I like that little nib right there, the little metal band, double metal band, and the way they did their stem work right there. Again, creative design in stem work, a smooth kind of a mahogany or red mahogany top there on the finish. Beautiful rustication on that. And in it, I have been smoking today some Rattray Brown Clooney. That's it for now. God bless you all, and we'll catch you next time.